Inspirational and motivational, here I love how. Get a better mindset and set your goals, here I love how. Educational things you need to know, here I love how. Like credit, home, buying loans, and much more, here I love how. The space for
Hey. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Home Buyers Clubhouse, where we go live every Wednesday and every Friday. On Wednesdays, we drop something inspirational and motivational, and on Fridays, we drop something educational. For those of you guys who don't know me, my name is Jessie Lynn. I am a triangle realtor with A to Z Realty. Miss Erica Batts, introduce yourself, honey.
Hey, and I am Erica Batts. I am your mortgage home lender.
Awesome. Yo, today we are diving into the profound theme of choosing to fight or flight in various aspects of your life. If you forgot, again, I am the incredible Jessie who has embarked on a journey from being a flight responder to becoming a fight champion in my own life. We're going to explore the reasons behind our tendencies to protect and advocate for others more than we do for ourselves and discover how we can channel that same energy inward for personal growth and empowerment. Erica, now, when I said fight or flight today, were you thinking about this as our topic?
I did kind of think about where we were going with this topic.
Mm-hmm.
Because a lot of times I feel like we think in response to trauma,
Mm-hmm.
and that may not always necessarily be the case.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right, y'all. So let's talk about it. So many times, sometimes in life, we have to choose to fight or flight. The old Jesse, I'm telling you, I would flight to protect my peace. It depending on the situation. I don't mind walking away from a situation if I don't see improvement, or I would be in denial if I'm going through something instead of facing it head on. But when it comes to like family, my clients, my children, or even seniors, I'm fighting. I'm not talking about pow pow. I mean, it could be pow pow, but that's not what I mean. If I see someone who needs help, or if someone isn't being treated right, something in me kind of snaps. It's like, hold on now. Like, wait, hold on now. So, kind of like the thing that happened in Louisiana with the chairs, and when they jumped that man, me, I said if I was there, I probably would have stepped in, because I don't like when people mistreat older people and then they jump them. So I don't know. I probably would have been acting different myself. So
And I can agree with that. Yeah, definitely the fight response when you see someone that you feel like is not capable of defending themselves, like children, older people, or people that you see being taken advantage of. Like
mm-hmm,
I've seen, sometimes some people that may be on the spectrum, and then
mm-hmm.
other people are trying to take advantage of that. And that makes my blood boil, because I'm like, why would you try to manipulate someone who can't fend for themselves?
Absolutely. Like, come on, sir, ma'am, you know better. That's kind of how I respond when I see stuff like that. So, audience, I mean, have you ever like found yourself like more inclined to stand up for someone else's well-beings than your own? Or if you can, like, share an example if you can relate. Erica, how about you? Like, you got an example that you want to share today?
I'll tell you, I can't think of anything specific right offhand, but I know for the most part, I'm a look at me, mind my business kind of person. Where
Mm-hmm.
it's like I'm not but if I see somebody being treated and it's not fair or something like that, actually I do remember one where it was a younger person. She probably was late teens, maybe. She could have been maybe 18, but she was in a store, and the salesperson was being very rude to her, very, because she wanted to return something.
Mm-hmm.
And they were just like, well, no, I'm not going to return this, and just being really nasty. And it was
Mm-hmm.
like, okay, no, we need a manager, because your policy state that you should be able to make a return even without a receipt before 60 days. So what's the issue? So even if you can't give her money back, because the girl was willing to take store credit, whatever, she just didn't want the item.
Right.
So it was like, no, let me step in here and be like, listen. And she was just being nasty to the girl.
Mm-hmm. And then as soon as she start being nasty, you got to leave, ma'am. So
Exactly.
yeah.
Then it was like, oh, we don't have to, do XYZ. But then when it was like, but now when you see me come in and it's like, no, I need to speak to a manager. Well, now the story is trying to change. And now it's, well, I didn't mean it like that. But that's how you.
Mm-hmm. But that's how you said it. Exactly. Erica, for some reason, I'm on my laptop. I can't see the comments or anything at the top. So if you see anything going on, just let me know.
Okay.
All right. So, all right. So let's talk about it. So, but the question is like, why is this the case? Why do you take care of, oh, I heard my echo. Why do you take care of other things better than you would take care of yourself? Like why do you give better advice to other people than yourself? Why do you work better for others than you would yourself? Like, many of us when we're self-employed, we don't hold ourselves accountable like we should, but when we go get a job, a W2 job or something like that, we're working with someone else, we are going to make sure we do our job and do things right. Same thing like with certain things that we buy. We borrow someone's stuff, we're going to make sure we take care of it. Why don't we take care of our stuff the same way? So why do we think it's easier to give advice or support others, but struggle to give the same care or attention to ourselves? What you think,
I don't
Erica?
know. That's a really good question, though.
Mm-hmm. It is. Like, why do we think about that? So y'all definitely you need to sit back and just kind of think about that. Why do we not put ourselves first? But my question today is like, why not fight for yourself like you fight for others? People don't know this, but the enemy, they will fight you or make things tougher for you before your breakthrough. And again, I'm going to say this again. The enemy will fight you and make things tougher right before your breakthrough. You get uncomfortable. It feels like your world is just crumbling all around you. And I'm about to say this that may shock you, but you really need to listen. If you're constantly going through a tough time, that means that you have to fight even harder. Sometimes you need to fight even harder because your breakthrough is knocking like right on the other side of the door. You can't hear it through all the discomfort. You can't hear it through everything you're going through, but your breakthrough is on the other side of the door. And I was talking to my friend the other day. I hadn't talked to her in a while, and we were just catching up. And I was just telling her, I said, I use this a lot. I would never let anyone break into my house and rob me or harm my family without a fight. I'm gonna fight. So
Hmm.
that's how you have to look at the enemy or all the stuff that's going on around you. When I say the enemy, I'm talking about the invisible stuff that's going on behind the scenes, like your car stopped working all of a sudden. You have all these distractions around you. As soon as you get focused, you get a free vacation out of nowhere, or suddenly you just lose sight of your vision, everything that you had plans, like some kind of distractions. You have to deal with the worst client in the world, and then you're rethinking your career because this one person put you in this place. But y'all have to fight, and you really have to fend for yourself. I like last month, I went through a tough time last month, and I had to go back to my roots. I had to pray, I had to vent to God, and I had to fight my battles through prayer. And I also had to fight my battles through affirmations. Like I couldn't run anymore. I couldn't act like my problems didn't exist. I had to stand up and fight for Jesse. Just like I would fight for my family, my career, the elderly, the children, or whoever. I have to fight for Jesse. And I'm I am no longer fighting for people. A lot of people think when I say when you need to fight for Jesse, I'm not fighting people. I'm no longer fighting people. What I'm doing each day is I'm praying and I'm meditating. I'm working out. I'm doing something to help me fight and to work on my mental health. My mental health. And a lot of people need to understand that like when you wake up and you have that heaviness, when you feel down, you feel that pressure, pow. You have that sadness, pow, pow. You have those insecurities, pow, pow, pow. Your children try to get on your nerves, pow, 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 pow. Like your husband, he ain't listening to you either, pow, pow, pow. Like your co-workers, pow, pow, pow. Your boss, like all of this stuff, you have to fight mentally. I'm not saying lay hands on these people. I'm saying you know what? Today, devil, I'm not letting you get to me. I'm not. I'm gonna go over here and pray you away. I'm gonna let God deal with you because I'm not dealing with it today. So now let's talk about this, y'all. So I mentioned like the concept of the enemy in our lives, referring to challenges and all the stuff that we face each day. How do you guys typically respond like when you're faced with challenges? Do you fight back or do you tend to retreat? Audience, Erica, what you got?
I
How do
don't
you?
know. Sometimes it's a little, it depends on the situation. There are
Mm-hmm.
some times where I feel like if it's something that's going to, sometimes I have to choose to protect my peace.
Mm-hmm.
So in those instances, it's going to be a flight. But if it's something that I'm really passionate about, then I will definitely fight on that. Because I feel like a lot of times my first instinct is to fight. But
Mm-hmm.
sometimes I got to be like, you know what? Is this situation really worth this fight? And sometimes the answer is no.
You're right, absolutely. And I that we told a story a while back about like about the girl that was driving in the storm, and she was talking to her dad, and her dad said don't turn around, and she wanted to turn around or pull over or
Hmm.
something like that. I
Hmm.
was driving from Goldsboro to Clayton not too long ago, and I had to keep reminding myself of that story. It was raining so bad, girl, I couldn't see in front of me. I could see, but I it kept raining, and I wanted to pull over. And when I saw some other cars pulling over, so I pulled over. But something in me kept saying, Jesse, you really, really need to keep going, because, like, what if the storm is going from the east to the west? Like, what if it's going that way, and you're
Hmm.
never gonna get through this storm? So after I pulled over, I started driving, and I kept driving. Not even 2 minutes later, I'm sitting here praying, drive. 2 minutes later, the roads are dry. The storm has cleared up. All of that.
Hmm.
And if I would have stayed pulled over, that storm, like driving through Smithfield, driving through Selma, driving through all these places, that storm would have been there, because by the time I got home, as soon as I got home, like a few minutes later, the bottom fell out. So if I would have pulled over instead of driving through that storm and instead of waiting, I would have been driving through that storm the entire time. But I
Hmm.
fought my way through it. It only took me 2 more minutes to get through that storm. The roads were absolutely dry all the way home. You wouldn't even know a storm was coming. And that's what I'm saying about things in life. You sometimes you have to fight your way through it, because if you turn around and if you give up and you allow people to pull you down, and you allow people to have you rolling your neck and going off, and you giving them your energy, you're going to fall right into that hole, and you're going to do exactly what they want you to do. So, audience, to me, is like the analogy of the storm is driving through it. Have you ever like tempted to turn back when you face some challenges in your life, and what helped you move forward? Like, what helped you move forward through your situations, Erica? We know you.
Um, Usually just some prayer, meditation.
Mhm.
Sometimes it's breaking down what the issues actually are, because there are some times where the fear that I have is not even related to the situation that I'm going through. It's a fear about something totally different. But, I had to really sit down and think about that before I realized that I'm not afraid of, the rain and the wind. What I
Mhm.
am afraid of is that, other people can't see in this either, and them getting too close to me, running me off the road, all of those things.
Absolutely, absolutely. And that's one thing. Yeah, people really need to understand, if you're not going anywhere or doing anything, nobody ain't thinking about you, girl. Ain't nobody gonna touch you if you're not doing anything. But the opponents, like if you're playing basketball, the opponents, that they aren't doing defense on the people in the bleachers. They're not. They are doing defense on the person with the ball. In basketball, the goal is to always keep your eye on the ball, right?
Right.
They lift the ball up, your arms go up, and you follow the ball. If they bring the ball down, your arms go down, and you follow that ball. So just imagine your life as a basketball ball game. Are you more focused on defense, guarded against doubts and external pressures, or offense, driving towards your goals? So how can you find balance like in between those two? Like whenever I coached for the rec, my girls, they were great in offense. But I noticed a pattern, like whenever they played defense on a strong team, they would back. They were kind of afraid to do defense. So I taught them defense. They played the stronger team in the playoffs and they won. They won.
Okay.
Yeah. And why did they win? Because their defense and their fight was untouchable. Not only did they win the championship, they were undefeated, honey. They were undefeated. They went into overtime twice.
Oh,
They
well,
went in overtime twice.
congratulations.
Yes, it was a tight game. But the reason they did that was because I recognized their weakness. I recognized their weakness and I made them work on that. Like y'all are great in offense, but this with this stronger team, y'all almost lost because of y'all defense. And we worked on it. And we had to face them again. And we won. Undefeated championships. So that's all I'm saying. Why? Because not only good, they're not only good with handling the ball, we were even greater fighter in basketball. Our defense was stronger. Our offense was stronger. We worked on everything all around. So all I'm saying to you guys is the haters will always try to release doubt to you. She can't sing. Who she thinks she is? I grew up with her. She's not about that life. Why do you want to do that? You know, they're always trying to drop some kind of negativity into your mind. So all I'm saying to you guys is keep fighting and keep your eyes on the balls with your hands up at all time because the enemy will try to play you. They in the bleachers ain't doing nothing. Nothing. They spectating.
It's
Anyway,
easy, always easy to coach from the sidelines.
absolutely. Absolutely. Erica, you got anything you want to add, girl? Because I know I said a lot today, honey.
No, hey, you done said a whole word.
I said a lot. But anyway, my girls won. But as we wrap up on this discussion, just remember that the choice between fight and flight isn't always easy. We often find ourselves unconsciously stepping up for others while hesitating to do the same for ourselves. But just like Jesse, little old me, you have the power to transform your mindset and fight for your own dreams, your goals, and well beings. Embrace the challenges and uncertainties as opportunities to strengthen your fight response and grow into a stronger version of yourself. Anyway, you guys, thank you so much, Erica. I appreciate your stories. All I'm telling you guys again is always remember that you have the strength within you to face any storm, to overcome anything in life, and achieve your desires. Keep your eyes on the ball, raise your defense against your doubts, and never forget to fight fiercely for the most important person in your life. That is you. Stay empowered and keep moving forward. Yay, that was awesome. All right, you guys. For those of you guys who don't know me, my name is Jessie Lynn. I'm a triangle realtor with A to Z Realty. You can reach me at 919-818-9854. Miss Erica.
Hey, and I am Erica Batts. I'm your home loan chick. You can reach me at 919-608-7916, or you can reach me at ericabats.com.
You guys can reach us in the clubhouse at www.thehomebuyersclubhouse.com. You can find us on Facebook in our group and on our private page at Homebuyers Clubhouse. And you can find us on YouTube at The Homebuyers Clubhouse. We hope you guys have an awesome day. And we'll talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.
Bye.